want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, and bishops of Great Millstone that teach us this truth, who labor night and day, who grew well. Make sure that the 144,000 hopeful elect are well fed, so we can go out on these highways, byways, these hedges, so we can get out the word to the hopeful elect. Shalom to all the Akim and all the Aqua that listen in silence. Shalom to all the brethren that's in GMS, Great Millstone. Shalom. So, man, starting off this early morning, start to a rainy, cold stop. That's how it is on this highway. But anyway, little short transit video. So as you see what's going on now, some people actually start to see that this war between U.S. and Venezuela is going to be involving Russia. Yes, it's going to be involving Russia. And now that people are seeing that, now people are starting to understand what's going on in this world. And it's only a matter of time between these other nations as they start getting involved. Because just like I covered in my other videos, proving how Russia and Venezuela but they are allies with one another. Back in 2016, when Trump was in there the first time, he was trying to pull that nonsense, but Russia intervened with some bombers. He wasn't going for it. That's to show you that this stuff been going on for a while. And China is involved as well, because they have given money to help Venezuela with their oil. And when you have people that's involved like that with their money, no one's want to hear that their money went to waste. But that's also a reason why the United States want to try to take captive of that country, and they also want to do a coup. They want to put one of their leaders in there. That's why they ask them to step down. So you have to see the writing on the wall of what's truly going on. And a lot of people have problems with that, of seeing what's really going on. They can't fathom the truth, no matter how many times you try to tell them. But this is the truth of what's going on, man. We had a break of war, and it's not going to be something that's going to be pretty. War is never pretty. War is always ugly. But there talks of civil war and sedition. Talks of MOTB. That mark of the beast is most definitely coming. Whether you like it or not, it's coming. Because these people that are the elites, they want to run the world how they want to run it. And they're going to use their technology. You got to understand, when you have technology like that, such as a credit card, and now you can put it into like a rice grain chip, it shows you how everything works. They've been having this internet system for a while, and you gotta think credit cards came out in the 80s. Yeah, came out in the 80s. I remember when I was a little boy, I used to hear about the credit cards, and I used to see how they used to work, and I was like, wow, it's amazing how you just swipe a card, it reads it, and then it keeps all the information. But it just works just like a cell phone. That's how these credit cards work. It works just like a cell phone. That's why they can pinpoint where they're being used at, if they're physically using them. But if they're being like used online, I mean, yeah, that's a little bit. Sometimes it'll be harder. I mean, they can show you the online purchase, but sometimes they can't necessarily track you back to someone. But when we have these Mark of the Beast up in you, for those that's going to get it, I already decided I'm not messing with it. But those are going to be another form of tracking and monitoring. And when I mention this Mark of the Beast to people and to family members, now they starting to realize how serious this stuff is. And you ask them, hey, so what are you going to do? And they all say, I don't know. When they saying I don't know like that, or they saying, yeah, I know it's coming, it's going to be hard, those are going to be the ones that are most likely going to take it. And they're going to be the ones that's going to be your enemy. It's going to be like in that movie 300, when that guy that had the hunchback, he had a choice to make. He told the guy, like, hey, look, he said he understands your bravery, but he said we need strong men. He gave him another job to do, and he didn't want to do it. So since he didn't want to do it, and he felt like since he couldn't be with them, he's gonna betray them. And that's how families are gonna be. They're gonna realize that you're gonna hold your ground, and then that's when they're gonna betray you. They're gonna know that, like, damn, this stuff really did come, and I folded. But they didn't. That's why sometimes you gotta look at your situation. When you're going through stuff, sometimes it's better to go through a little bit of bullshit, so that way you don't hold on as much. It's just like the rich man when Yahushua told him, hey, drop all your possessions and come follow the kingdom. And the guy couldn't do it because he had many riches. And then he went off weeping. Couldn't let go of those riches. And that's how these people are gonna be. So if you have a significant other, you might argue here and there, that actually might be a blessing to you. If you got kids getting on your nerves, don't want to listen, that might be a blessing to you. You got some friends that ain't acting right, or a whole lot of stuff going on, that really might be a blessing to you. It might make it more easy for you to just say, you know what, the hell with it. I ain't doing it. Because then you will start seeing the reason why you're not going to take it, the reason why they're taking it. And you start seeing the reason why they're going to be destroyed and you're not going to be destroyed. You can be put to death, but you're not going to be destroyed out of that book of life. You will actually have a place in the kingdom. And that's what you want. You want to be able to have a place in the kingdom that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is going to set up for you. I mean, look at this world that we live now. You got so many celebrities that have a place in this world. Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson, Jay-Z, Ja Rule, 50 Cent, Diana Ross, Jim Carrey. You know, it goes on and on. Of all these people that they have a piece in this world. And they got fame and riches to go with it. So just imagine when you are in that world of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and you're of that 144,000. Imagine that. Even if you're the fifth guy in, you don't have to be the head guy. You can be the last guy. The point is you're still in there. And you're still going to be marked as that number. And they can be like, oh, you can walk to one of the people and they can be like, hey, they don't necessarily have to know what position you are. Or they just might do know what position you are. But one thing they're going to know, they're going to be like, hey, that dude right there, yeah, that's one of the 144,000. For real? Damn. Yeah, he's the last one. Wow. But he's still the last one. And see, and that's the whole thing. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. Is that you could be the last one to make it in, but still have a place under Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And that's why you got to pray for the Rakakadash, that Holy Spirit, to hold you down in these hard times. And the Holy Spirit is going to give you what to say in that time of torment, in that time of judgment. Like these nations are going to try to find a way to say something bad about you. So just know that you're going to be protected. And then when you look at, if you are of the hopeful elect, and you are of the elect, you're gonna be like, you know, I see all the paths that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai made for me and made for us. We had to go through those things. We had to suffer those things. We had to go off. But now we got a brighter future. Now we could judge and govern the children of Israel. Because we've been there and done that. We've been through it. And we know what to do better now. And that's how we got to look at everything. It's Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is the one that they're in control of all this. So long as we steadfast, hold strong, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is going to hold us down in these last few hours that we got. Shalom.